You are live. This is John Hope Bryant in Atlanta, Georgia, at the global headquarters for Operation Hope. I have some pretty cool people who flow through my office, by the way. John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, CEO of Operation Hope, author of 4 books, Banking on Our Future, Love Leadership, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, 2 of those bestsellers. And coming up in September, the MEMO. Pre-order it. Get your copy today. Now, I'm here with a friend of mine. I get some cool people coming to my office. This is Renee Herzing. Now, this is Herzing University, Renee Herzing. Like big baller, shot caller, Renee Herzing. I had the chance to meet her in a more serious format when I was her commencement speaker 2 years ago.
Yep, 2 years ago.
And I got to meet the business side of her, the professional side of her, and the family should be proud, the university should be proud, all the employees should be proud. And now I've got a chance to understand more of her, and I'm even more impressed. She's got a rock band. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. But what I want to inspire you today about on this Friday, this pop-up Friday, for all those who watch these videos, the 30 million plus who have watched them historically, and I think this one will be a big draw over the next few weeks. It's all the young ladies who are looking for a role model. All the people who come from humble beginnings, who say, I don't know how I'm going to create something out of nothing with limited capital, limited money. Her family. All of you who say, I don't know how I'm going to live my dreams. And you think about how to go to school, not create a school. Your family, your mom and dad,
my mother and father
created a school.
They created a university.
A university.
Absolutely.
By the way, there's a difference between a school, a college, and a university. Within a university, you have many colleges. Is that right?
Correct.
Disciplines of education.
Yes, the traditional one. And we've gone through all phases. It started as a school, progressed to a college, and now we're a university. So you can evolve over time.
So can you? And she's here for her graduation tomorrow. But can you tell them a little bit about the founding of Herzing University, your mom, your dad, how they started this so humbly?
So my parents, Suzanne and Henry Herzing, really, my mother had been an English teacher, my father had been an engineer. My father decided he had kind of like something more social. I really love people.
So this middle class family, right? Nothing
yes,
special.
Middle class. He saw an ad in the paper about starting a technical school, had done some training in the Navy. He had gone through school by doing ROTC. And he said, I think I could do that. I enjoyed training people on computers. So they literally, it was at the time a franchise. They went to that New York office. They went out on a street corner and decided, should we do this or not? And they said, sure.
How much money?
Geez, it was a few $1,000s at the time.
Couple $1,000s.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab my iPad and look at some questions you asked. Keep talking.
So I mean, they took what they had. It was somewhere a few thousand somewhere in there, and they invested in the startup, and they had a classroom of students, and that's how they started.
So one classroom.
Yep, started with one class, and then you add another class, and so yes, so what is now 6,000 students did start at some point with about 12 or 15 students. So
6,000 students today.
Yes.
Every year.
Yep.
Started with 12 students.
Started with 12.
Remember I told you in How the Poor Can Save Capitalism that everything big started small. That every big business was once a small one. And this is what I mean. All the big things in America started modestly. I tell the example a lot of Sam Walton, who had a high school education, a pickup truck and a storefront. That's Walmart today. Jim Casey with $100 and a bicycle. That's UPS today. A pharmacist who created Coca-Cola with like $50 and a formula. And now you got this example of this university. So let's see, I want to make sure we have some questions here I can answer. Let's see here. We got some folks, Claudio signing on. Claudia says I didn't get your name, so repeat yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry, Renee Herzing.
And she's from the founding family of Herzing University. Look that up on the internet. I used to be an instructor there, Ivy Lynette Walker says.
Awesome, thank you for serving our students. Really appreciate that.
Mr. Harris is in a big rig in Texas, and I want you distracted from the road, my man. Just listen to it, don't watch
please.
it. Yolanda Fraser says she's in a rock band. Sweet. Okay.
So always take the center stage.
That's right. So let's let's go to that first because that's like makes you a bit of an outlier, really
More
interesting.
interesting than my day
And
job.
then we're going to come back to the university and talk about how people can get a good job today, and in what areas can they get that good job. What is a path to a $50,000 to $100,000 a year job that you guys are focusing on? But rock band, what's this about? You're in a rock band. I mean, I know I race cars, but what's this about a rock? You have a rock band?
I do have a rock band with my husband. So if you marry a musician, you can have a rock band. So I married a fantastic guitar player who'd done it professionally for quite some time. He's from Germany, and so then he done it as a hobby and worked in music, and so at one point the singer didn't show up for practice, so I sang up instead.
The singer didn't show up for practice.
This is what I say.
Right.
Showing up
is half the bill.
Is at least half,
it's
right?
half a success, right?
It's at least half. So showing up, attendance in school, attendance at your job, or you see an opportunity, just show up.
Right.
Because that's really what makes the opportunity. You make the opportunity.
Leanna, who's broadcasting this right now, is really not like Bryant. She just shows up like half the time. I'm kidding. She's actually very smart. She's very smart.
But that was the opportunity. Somebody wasn't showing up. I showed up. So now I've got the gig.
Yeah. So, and I watched the videos of her performance. She's like really good. What's the name of the band?
All right, Hell on Heels.
Nice.
Well, it's got to be a little joke on
Hell
being
on
a strong
Heels.
female. Let's put it that way.
So you can search Hell on Heels, right?
Rocks.com.
HellOnHeelsRocks.com and watch some of the videos of her and her husband in the band. It's pretty cool. Okay, so everybody has a little chance to breathe.
Yeah.
Somebody says, do you have Sergio Ward, do you have online courses?
Yes, we do a lot online. In fact, the last 5 years we've been recognized by U.S. News and World Report as offering top bachelor degrees online. So we've been doing that for over 17 years and are well recognized for our online delivery. And we have IT, we have business, we have healthcare programs online, and it's amazing what you can do in healthcare, even things that people think are very hands-on. You can have a lot online and combine it with a local experience.
Right.
And you can take things like medical assisting, or we have masters in family nurse practitioner, which is the hottest healthcare job.
A master in
family nurse practitioner. It's the hottest, according to U.S. News and World Report, hottest healthcare job, second hottest job in the country, because there's a growth of that profession, of having family nurse practitioners do more, pushing the healthcare out more into the communities.
Wow.
And it's a great profession. It certainly takes a path to get there, being a nurse and then going for your master's in that area. But
and so if somebody comes to Herzing University and they get, is that a graduate degree or undergraduate degree?
That's a master's degree.
That's a master's degree.
And again, a lot of it's online, but then we combine it with their local clinicals. So they are taking clinicals, but we have people who oversee those clinicals, and we partner with different clinical locations.
And once you graduate, you'd have a job that's paying about what?
Ooh, depend on the nation. Best to look at BLS. It depends on where you are, but my understanding is it can be
what's BLS?
Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Okay, there you go.
But 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, somewhere in there for family nurse.
Hello?
practitioners.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a good
$70,000.
if people get into specialties, and it depends on your experience and where you are in the country and all those other good caveats.
Are there jobs that if somebody comes to Herzing University with a high school education and they go and they want to make $50,000 a year? Are there career paths for them?
Well, certainly nursing is a very classic one that, looking around, nursing usually is about that level, 50 or so, more with overtime when people start. So certainly we offer that. Now that you have to go to a physical location, but we're in 8 different states. We're here in Atlanta and other places. And then there's also, I think IT is very under pursuit at this time. Cybersecurity is a big area. Programming, you hear a lot of employers who are very desperate, honestly, for people in those fields.
I'm going to ask an obvious question. Like, there's no boundaries if you're a minority, if you're a black or brown, whatever. I mean, they don't care, right? As long as you're confident.
Absolutely, and in fact, I think there's a lot of employers who are really trying to get a more diverse workforce. There's diversity officers in big companies whose job is to make sure they pursue a more diverse workforce. I know particularly in nursing, there's a lot of concern about a lack of diversity. The population they have to serve is diverse. They want to represent that in their nursing workforce and their healthcare workforce. So there's actually movements to have a more diverse workforce. Certainly in IT, you hear it not only about diversity, but women. There's not many women in IT.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's
Ladies,
actually
you hear
a
that?
welcoming. Yes.
Yeah.
Do it. Get in there.
So Sergio and Renee want to know, Sergio Ward and Renee Carter want to know, are you accredited nationally or regionally?
Yes, we're regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission.
All right, regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. Clinical research, Tiffany wants to know, Tiffany Blakeney.
In terms of, well, certainly some of our faculty are doing clinical research. We, as an institution, are more focused on instruction.
Got it.
Okay, we're not a Research One university, but the great thing about that, I think, is when people come to learn, their faculty, their primary job as faculty is to be instructing the students. It's not something they're doing on the side while they're focused on their research.
And
they love instruction.
Yeah.
They come to us to instruct, and that's what we love about what we do.
And you're working. The people who come to your university are typically working, right? They're
High
in life.
percentage of them are working
They're
part-time or
already-
even full-time. Yes.
So if you got to hustle, if you're not, look, this is a situation where your 9 to 5 just might finance your 5 to 9. So your job might finance your ability to go to college and get a degree in a skill that you're actually passionate about, that then allows you to fulfill your higher purpose and live your best life.
And that's why online's become so popular, because people don't have to go to school or work. It fills in, I call it, all the cracks in life. I took my master's degree online, and you could go on at 2 in the morning, you can get up and do it at 5 before you go to work, you can put the kids to bed and do it at 8 or 9 in the evening. I mean, it's one of those things that, and it's accessible on a mobile device, so people can do it whenever they have those precious pockets of time, which we know are precious when you're balancing not only work, but a lot of our adults, of our students have children also too, so there's a lot going on.
So Claudio Rivera says this is a school for many specialties. Sergio says that's the best accreditation, so they're giving you some love.
Excellent.
Yolanda Frazier, who's one of our top followers on this page, I definitely will look her up. I consider myself a rocker, she says. My niece, Lauren, is Beyonce's bass player, so she's multifaceted.
Oh, wow, okay.
Then Tiffany Blakeney says you're an unconventional woman.
Okay,
she
great.
loves it.
Well, back to you, Tiffany. Love that, too.
Okay, so ups and downs. They now here. How many employees do you have?
We have about over 600 full-time employees, and then 600 or so adjuncts.
So 1,200 people that are employed full or part. And how many campuses?
We have 11 campuses in 8 different states.
And so it's not always been good.
No,
it's been tough.
Certainly, yeah. There's, we really we're a little counter-cyclical in that for example, when there was a lot of unemployment in the country back in the recession, 2008 to 2010, there were a lot of people coming back to school. And now it's a good news, the economy's better.
Right.
So it's more steady now. And there are a lot of people who are going to school because, well, I have a job, but I want that next promotion.
Yeah.
I don't want education to be the reason I don't get the next job. And,
Right.
and there are jobs where you need a bachelor's. We do a lot of completion from associate to bachelor's. We work with community colleges on that. And then people who need an MBA if they really want to make, the next step and be the leader in their field. So, so you get people coming for different reasons. And certainly if I go back to my parents, they would definitely say, when you're starting up a business, there are definitely, rocky times till you get to a certain size. That's always
only in America, by the way, could you just say, I'm going to start a university. Only in America. Any other country in the world, be like, no, the government does that, or this one family here has been teaching for 500 years, and that's it. I mean, her family just like one day just said, we're going to start a university. And it's like got a good reputation, they do good work, and it's pretty cool, and it allows her to have a rock band.
Yeah, well, I would say if my parents look now, they go, they're amazed that it became a university because it was every step of the way. So it's amazing what you can do over time.
Yeah.
If you start with a smaller goal in mind, they wanted to start a technical training school, and that's what they started. But taking one step after another, acquiring new locations, expanding the fields, expanding the degree levels. Now, our 50th anniversary 2 years ago, they got to look back and go, oh my gosh.
50th year anniversary.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, but they're just, they get to look back and say, wow, we did found a university.
That's
even if you told them that at the time, they would have said, no, that's
impossible.
That's impossible.
Right,
yes.
right.
So, making, impossible possible.
That's right. That's my middle name. It's Hope.
Yeah. And that's one of what we say. We've got I'm possible as our tagline, because we really do believe, we come from a belief that there's so much more people can do.
Yeah.
And the biggest obstacle is often their own belief in themselves.
So now
they need someone to believe in them and push them and show them the way.
So Sergio wants to know you have a Florida campus, and I'm about to get personal.
Yeah, Orlando.
Orlando! Yeah, you do have a Florida campus.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get personal. There are young ladies watching this, or will watch it later, and they're being beaten down by some dude who tells them what she can't do, or society, or maybe mom and dad are telling her what she can't do. They're being telling her, go get get yourself a husband, have yourself some babies, and go sit down somewhere. That's not. They shouldn't limit themselves to that view of themselves, and they shouldn't take somebody putting themselves down. What did you do, and what do you tell yourself? Can you look at the camera and give us some advice about, from your own perspective, about how they can live a fulfilled life and take their lives back?
Okay, that's a tough one, because I can never say personally. I'm sure there's people in tough situations I completely respect that I haven't fortunately had to be in that situation. But I just think all of us say you can be your own limiter, and you don't hang out with negative people. And I think that's the biggest thing. You got to hang out with positive people. If you find, if you hang out with somebody and afterwards you feel worse,
bye.
That's telling you something.
That's the last time.
And I think anyone can learn that. If we want to be our best selves, we've got to hang out more with people. When we walk away, we go, oh my gosh, I feel like I can do more. I can run faster. I can climb that hill. And so I think it just starts with that. Hang out with the people who make you feel great.
Right.
And who have climbed a hill that they didn't think they can climb. And you just change that. And that's what we found with our students. I completely respect, because they have done that. They have, shifted who they listen to and shifted who they hang out with, and that has made all the difference.
That's what I talk about in the book, The Memo, is you are capital. Capital comes from the Latin root word capitas, knowledge in the head. And, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right.
Yes.
So no more hanging out with bums, ladies and gentlemen. No more bums, right? And remember that haters love to hate. And folks who are miserable hurt people. And you really need to, we didn't talk about this before. She says you'll basically hang around with positive people. If they make you feel worse after you've been around them, don't repeat it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And everything has a culture. What's the culture in your household? What's the culture at Herzing University? What's the culture at your business? Is it a positive, affirming culture, or is it a negative one? Do men or have men sort of been shocked that you're the president of the university and try to give you the short shift? And how do you respond to that?
Oh, they learn pretty fast.
Oh, snap! They learn pretty fast. You don't take no mess, and you don't take no prisoners. Yeah, she's pretty cool. And she's in a rock band. You can't be. You gotta go watch some of these performances. She is good.
Come on to Summerfest.
That's right.
Here in the Milwaukee area,
That's
it's the largest music festival. I gotta make a plug for Milwaukee.
That's right. Okay, John, can you call me? I sent you. Okay. No, Barbara, I won't be calling you. But at least I'm telling you honest. I'm not gonna call you. But call Operation Hope, and whatever you need, our counselors will help you out. But at least I told you straight. Any degrees in the science field? Jeff Newell.
Well, as far as we go, we stay very career focused, and we're more, the science field for us is more the nursing, the healthcare, and those type of things. Yeah. We don't do just chemistry or some of those more traditional pure science areas. We do more of the career focused areas in healthcare.
Basically, I'm going to say this. She's not saying it, I'm saying it. They follow the jobs. Yeah. They find out where the jobs are going to be in the next 5 or 10 years, and they create degrees that reverse engineering that. That's what I like. It's very practical. All right, so we're going to wrap this thing up, because you never want to be the old guy in the club. So before you kick me out, I'm going to leave. We're going to wrap this up today on Friday. But is there anything you want as a source of inspiration? I think you're an inspiration to me as somebody who lives your life full and whole and complete, that you have all the endorphins in your brain popping, and you don't let anything stop you. And you have decided to be your best self. What advice do you have for people watching this who may be a little depressed, a little distressed, a little down, who may have been beaten down by circumstance, by society, maybe have failed a couple times? what's your message to them?
I would say I have.
Other than call Herzing University.
No, but I would just say I have shook the hand of 1,000 people who started like that, graduated, and are in successful jobs, and whether they came to us or other places. So people have been there and they have succeeded. So you can do it. It's possible. That's what I'd say. And I do think you can go out on websites. You can, go to herzing.edu. You can Google us or go to our YouTube page. But just for the testimonials of other students, there are stories of people who have, started with literally nothing and have built themselves up. And we've obviously given them the instruction, but they had to do the work, and we told them they could. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing we're looking for. And our faculty, I give a lot of credit to, who really see themselves as mentors and coaches. And they stand there and they say, you need to do it, but I'm right here beside you.
Right.
And let's walk it together.
Right.
And we really see that, our students make it happen, and I'm very proud of them. I think it's amazing what they achieve. And so I'd say find those who have done it, because it's out there and you can do it too.
So I was trying to find her. I found her page. I found her rock page. Hold on. I'm unrelenting. I don't give up.
He is,
I found her rock page, and she better
unscripted.
She better be glad I can't get to the. Boom. That's amazing. All right. Live your best life. Don't let anything tell you or anybody tell you what you cannot do, who you cannot be. Don't let anything keep you from your joy. This is John Hope Bryant, coming to you straight and no chaser from Atlanta, Georgia, unbossed and unbiased, coming to you from the home of the civil rights movement. Now, Leanne, I want you to do me a favor before you cut off. We are not just about being a PhD, but being a PhD too. And as you know, we're opening Hope Inside locations across this country. This is a new member of Operation Hope. Thank her for that. But I want you to go to the window here and show them the first Hope Inside at Ebenezer Church. This is Dr. King's church over here. It's over here to the right. This is Dr. King's church, where you see it looks almost like a musical instrument. The roof sort of shifts down. That's the Ebenezer Church. Next to it, across the street, right there is where Dr. King preached. That's the original Ebenezer Church. And the Hope Inside location is the building, the 4-story building, just to my left of that. All those brown buildings right there, that is the Ebenezer complex. It's where Dr. King preached, Daddy King preached, was served on the board of a bank for 40 years. And Dr. King's crypt, where he and Coretta Scott King lay and rest, is right there. When you come to Atlanta, I want you to go. You can show it. I'm talking. Maybe give it to me. I want you to go there, and I want you to pay your respects to Dr. King. But at the moment, we're going to pay our respects to this queen, my friend Renee Herzing.
Thank you for having me, John.
Bye.